Yo, everybody, welcome back to the #1 television show in the history of the universe. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown. All three books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Switch by Elmore Leonard. Now, this book came out in 1978. Now, I've been reviewing quite a few of the Elmore Leonard novels in the last couple of years. I'm trying to review them actually in order of publication as best I can, although I'm not sticking to that religiously. Unlike my Stephen King reviews where I am doing them all religiously in order of publication, these are mostly in order of publication. So anyway, came out in 1978. Let's talk about the cover first, because you know I love graphic design and cover illustration. I like this cover. It's like a tail fin of a classic car with the lights or whatever. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And maybe a little gun sight right there. Just a great color scheme with the font and the pink and the purple and the blue. And then it wraps around and we get a nice little picture of our author on the back. So good job. In fact, most of my Elmore Leonard collection, and we'll pan through the library here and I'll show you my Elmore Leonard collection. It's right here on the bottom shelf over here. I've got all the Elmore Leonard novels right there. Most of them are in mass market paperback, which is cool. We'll set this back up here. Anyway, if you want to know what style Elmore Leonard writes in, he writes hard-boiled crime, noir, fiction, sort of like if you like Quentin Tarantino movies, it's very much in that vein. In fact, Quentin Tarantino cites Elmore Leonard as being one of his main inspirations. So if you like that type of dialogue, that type of story, Elmore Leonard is a guy for you. Elmore Leonard is also, you know, that show Justified with Timothy Oliphant. That TV series is based off of several Elmore Leonard novels about Raylan Givens. This book, however, is about Ordell and Lewis. They are two friends who met in prison. They were both put in prison for grand theft auto. Now they're out of prison and they're looking for their next big score. Sounds like a Tarantino movie already, you know. The characters of Lewis and Ordell, you could plop them right into a Tarantino movie and they would make perfect sense. Just the dialogue between the two is fantastic. Everything that Elmore Leonard writes is just effortless, spot on, crisp, action-packed, make you think dialogue. Everything's got a subtle undertone of both humor and philosophy and just quick-wittedness. And the characters in these books are mostly just dumbasses, which makes it fun. You know, I mean, you know, they're out looking for their big score, so what are they going to do? Well, they've come up with a plan. They're going to kidnap the wife of a very rich man, hold her for ransom, and collect the ransom money. Sounds simple, right? You would think. Well, what happens is, and this is not spoilery, they kidnap the lady. They make the ransom request. And the husband is like, I don't like that bitch anyway. Keep her, kill her, I don't care. You ain't getting shit out of me. Okay, so now Ordell and Lewis are pissed. Not only are they pissed, but they tell the rich man's wife, whose name is Mickey, they say, yeah, your husband, he don't give a flying fuck about you. He ain't giving us jack squat for ransom. So now 3 people are pissed at this guy. Ordell, Lewis, the wife Mickey. And they're like, now they decide the 3 of them are going to team up and do something about it and get back at this rich dude who won't pay the ransom, who hates his wife so much he won't pay the ransom. Pissed 3 people off. 3, and just that's the whole plot. It's pretty cool. I mean, I like it. Now, the first third of the book is Ordell and Lewis planning their caper. This second third of the book is them executing the kidnapping, and the third part of the book is the resolving of the conflict. And so it's kind of got 3 separate acts to it. And they're all fun, and it's just a fun, goofy, Quentin Tarantino-esque caper gone wrong. Um, caper, a plot run by dummies, uh, dummies trying to outwit other dummies. Um, Nobody in the book is really at all sort of a protagonist or an antagonist. They're all sort of gray characters with their own problems and issues, and none of them are that nice to themselves or each other. It is what it is. Kind of your typical Elmore Leonard book. I enjoyed this one quite a bit. It was fun. Set in Detroit, if that matters to anybody. And does a good little crime novel. Very short. Only about 250 pages, and the type, I read it in about 2 hours, maybe even less. So it's a quick read, as are most Elmore Leonard books. So that's my review of that. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10